Okay guys, welcome back to another episode with Explore by Adventure. We're just out for the day, just made our way to go do some stuff for the day, and we thought we'd do a Q&A. A few people ask us a few questions, just to tell you guys a little bit about ourselves and what we actually do and what we are and who we are, really. We've been doing this for a couple of years now, so I thought it's about time. So, just to start off, as you probably already know, my name's Frankie.
My name's Kylie. And this is little Lila.
So this is little Lila. We also have Chelsea, but Chelsea's away at the moment. She's staying at her dad's. For work, I run a family business, and in tyres and mechanical. Frankman's Lismore Tyre Company in Lismore here. Kylie's a nurse. She's a registered nurse for St. Vincent's. So yeah, that's a little bit. I'm 28. Kylie's...
Don't say at my age. It's rude. It's rude to say lady's age.
Old.
Old.
And Lila, when this is getting filled right now, is 8 months old, aren't you? Yeah. We're training her to be the next camera girl. With little Chelsea. Hey. Yeah. We drive a 79 series dual cab Land Cruiser. In our earlier episodes we had a 76 series wagon Land Cruiser. We've had a few four-wheel drives since we've been four-wheel driving. Before the whole Explore thing, we started off with a
Jackaroo.
Yeah, banger. Bought it for $1,000. It's my first four-wheel drive. And had heaps of problems, and probably had it for
Yep. You didn't even have it for 5 days.
Yeah, and ended up selling it.
I think we literally bought it, and then all these problems were happening with it, and he took it in to have a look. He's like, not even worth it, and sold it.
I think the motor had seized or something. I don't know. It had so many problems, so we just didn't even bother. We went from a Jackaroo into a 99 GU Patrol. It was green.
It was my favourite.
Manual. And it was a 4.5 petrol. And it went everywhere.
It was good.
It was a good car. That was alright. It took us a lot of places, that one. It was very capable. The one thing I missed about it is how capable and how safe it felt. Not like these cruisers that are a bit top heavy and stuff, but it was a really good car. And that car was only like a $7,000 car like when I bought it, and I didn't really care too much about it. I just scented up everything. There was just like no care in the world, so I drove some hard tracks with it. And then from there, what happened? We got our wagon. So our 76 series wagon, drove that for about 1.5 to 2 years. Put it on its side once, up at Fraser Island, and then switched into this. So we fixed up the 76 series, fixed it up, still drove it around for what, 8 months after that.
Yeah,
maybe almost 12 months, and then ended up deciding that we wanted to get into a dual cab. Reason we got into a dual cab is because we wanted to get rid of the weight off the roof of the 76. So we always carried a lot of stuff on the roof, swags, gas bottle, jerry cans, all those bits and pieces. So we just wanted to get away from that. And into this. So all the weight now, nothing on the roof other than rooftop tent, some tracks and awning and solar panel. All the weight's in the back in the canopy. Other cars we have is Kylie currently drives a top of the range Hyundai Tucson, white diesel. It's our little family car. They get scoots around around town. I also have a work car that I drive around. So we never really drive this car that much. It's probably more of a weekend car and a trip car for us. Other than that, before that, Kylie had a old faithful Lancer that we nearly ran into the ground with almost 300,000 Ks.
Yeah, I had that car for 12 years.
That's still getting around. We still see that getting around. I used to drive around in a 1,000 horsepower WRX. What noise did it used to make? That you like?
I used to drive it purposely just to do that.
I had a really
I was one of
loud-
those hooning idiots.
had a really loud blow-off valve, so I only drove it to let the blow-off valve go off. That was a good time. That was a good car. Had a Nissan Skyline. Had Lancer as one of my first cars. Had a few cars. VZ Ute, Commodores. Yeah, some good times.
So Frank's had about, 65 cars, and I've had 2. And I'm older than him.
Yeah, old.
I'm not old.
So yeah, we've had a few cars. If we didn't have this 79, what would you get?
A Patrol.
Patrol?
Hands down.
If I didn't have this, I reckon I'd probably go into like something American. I really want an F-250. You remember that white one we saw at the Full Drive show?
Yeah.
Like something like that, a Ford F-250.
You need a ladder to get into.
Yeah. Like they're impractical. Like you couldn't use them really full drive that much. And for what we do, it's really impractical, but it'd just be cool to have. Something big, just to tour around in. We do a bit too much rock jumping and too much hard fall driving to have something like that. I think if we didn't do that, that would be my car. Plus you got to have a lot of money for that too. Because they're expensive.
Which we do not have.
No. How long have we been full driving and camping for?
I have my entire life. Not full driving, I've been camping.
Camping, I've been...
Together?
Yeah, together. 4 years? 5.
5 years.
4 or 5 years. We've been full driving and camping. I remember, I used to be like I said, my previous cars used to have fast cars and was into that sort of stuff. My whole growing up life, my family was into 5-star hotels and
then you met someone down to earth.
So we stayed at 5-star hotels, resorts, went shopping all the time, Sydney, Gold Coast, Brisbane, did all that sort of stuff just to go the lavish lifestyle. Never really did any camping at all. Definitely never did any full driving. And then Kylie and I met Kylie. Kylie's family did a bit of full drive. Kylie's family did a bit of camping. And just got in it from there. One time my brother, Freddie, you've seen him in a few of our episodes, he bought a Jeep Grand Cherokee as a full drive, and did a bit of full driving. We went camping with him for one time, for like the first time we ever really went camping together, and did a bit of full driving, and we loved it, eh? I actually fell in love with full driving, and literally that next week went out and bought the Jackaroo, which lasted 5 days, and then bought a Patrol, and then never really looked back. Yeah, that was really good. I don't reckon I'd ever buy another fast car or a sports car unless I had a four-wheel drive. Like I wouldn't sell my four-wheel drive to go back into that. I think I'm going to always have to have something like this to do what I'm doing. Why do we start? Explore by adventure and making videos.
Why did we start it?
Yeah.
I don't really remember. I think we were on Fraser when we started it, but it was mainly for just like having memories, like, wasn't it? Well, for me to look back on, because I have a really bad memory. Frank will be like, "I remember when we did this," and I'll be like, "No," but then I have a video that reminds me.
So it was Fraser Island, I think 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 4. Yeah, it would be about 4 years ago. Fraser Island, we were a group of mates. We just thought, we'll just make it an Instagram and make some YouTube videos. Never really thought it was going to go anywhere. Not that it has really gone anywhere, but we didn't think it was going to grow to what it has, and it was just more for memories. Like we just did them to look back at previous trips we've done and some memories and the whole photo bank and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just kind of grew a little bit and made some really good friends in the social media industry.
Yeah, you made lots of friends, actually.
Yeah, we made heaps of really good friends and really good down-to-earth people. People we never thought would ever really meet. But because of the whole social media platform and doing trips and going out and exploring, just meeting heaps of people. It's been really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, really like it. What's it like wheeling some of the tougher tracks with a dual cab Land Cruiser? Scary.
Yeah, I was going to say one word, scary.
It's scary. So, oh, you've seen some of our videos. We don't do too much wheeling with a canopy, do we?
Not heaps hard stuff.
No.
Way.
Like, we'll do moderate stuff, but not too hard. We will take the canopy off to do the hard stuff. So, like, we've been to Coffs. I've done some day trips to Glasshouse and stuff, and I won't take the canopy. The canopy's just too heavy and too much weight on the rear end. It just likes to pick wheels up. It's capable. Like, it is really capable, the car. It's twin locked with 35s. It is really, really capable. Like, I've driven a lot of hard tracks in it, obviously without the weight in the back. But I think it's my driving as well, not talking myself up, but I think I've grown as a full driver over the past few years and become a lot more confident in the car, I reckon.
Oh, heaps.
Like, I've had people mention that they're pretty impressed of how much my full driving experience has grown. I trust the car a little bit more and I kind of know where its limits are at, I think.
Although it's still pretty funny to see your face on some things, though.
Yeah, definitely. Looking back at some footage, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, I definitely reckon I can wheel the car to its limits for a lot of stuff, really. I think there's not much that I won't drive. Favourite mod on the car? What do you reckon?
Well, I don't know. What's yours?
I don't know. I think my favourite mod right now is the twin side exit exhaust. I think I just like the noise and I like that it blows a heap of smoke out of them. But I've got lots of favourite mods. What's yours?
I don't really know.
Next mod
It's a secret.
Yeah, we'll keep that one as a secret. There's big plans coming for it, so stay tuned for that one. What do we got here? Favourite camp spot and places to go. This is a good one. I think my favourite camp spot.
What's yours?
I've got a lot.
I can't remember the name of them, but I really, really liked where we stayed for my birthday. I've mentioned that a couple of times.
Yeah, that's in Guy Fawkes National Park. That's really nice. Just look at that. Actually would be up there.
Except where we stayed wasn't an actual campground, but it got late and we had nowhere, so that's where we just stayed.
We just pulled up at.
But even still, like, it'd be nice just to rock up and have lunch there or something.
Pebbly Beach is really nice. I really like Pebbly Beach as well.
I like Pebbly Beach too, but it's very
busy,
which isn't my kind of thing. Why I like doing this because we go places where there's literally like no one. But yeah, I do like Pebbly.
And I think Dick's Knob.
Nice.
Down Way, Coffs Harbour. I think that's really nice. I like that there too. We've got a lot of favourite camp spots, but that would be probably my top three.
I actually liked when we went out to stay at a Bunu. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Not so much the camping, but that's more like
The area.
Yeah. That's really nice.
Yeah, that's really nice too, yeah.
Like the camping's very like, it's just like a normal national park, you know, you've got the areas in which you can stay with the amenities and stuff, but yeah, the views and the rock pools and the swimming.
Yeah, that's really cool. So that area is really nice. That video is coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. Our scariest experience.
There's too many to name.
What do you mean?
Oh, exactly that.
How?
What do you mean?
I only have one.
There's a reason I film, guys. There's a reason I'm always out of the car. I'm not saying anything.
Oh, come on. I'm not that bad of a driver.
No, he's not. He has gotten a lot better, but still, I prefer to be outside of the car. That's why Lila is strapped to me most of the time and we're outside of the car.
Yeah, my scariest experience would have to be when I rolled the car on Fraser Island.
Yeah, that was the scariest. I filmed that. And I don't think I've ever ran so fast in soft sand.
There's a top of Nagala Rocks. Come around the corner there. It was a bit too much speed. and had an auto locker in the 76 series. So what happened is I've come around the corner, went to straighten up, and the auto lockers pulled me up a sand dune and just rolled me on its side.
Wasn't fast though. It was like the slowest. Like
yeah,
it happened so. What's the word? Elegantly.
in a way.
It kind of just went.
Yeah, so it kind of just went up.
Softly.
The wheel went up. And then I had time. Like once I was up there, I could just feel the car balancing, and then it just slowly, like, this was the car up and this was the ground. It kind of just like laid like this, real slowly on its side. Everything fell on me, and yeah, my mates that were with us at the time, they didn't believe me. I was radioing them, being like, "Shit, I rolled the car." No one believed me.
But yeah, it took me running up to the car and being like, "Get your asses up here now."
And then they've come up, and yeah, the car was on its side. It took us nearly 8 hours to get the car back to the one of the other sides of Nagala Rocks. Thanks to the guys that helped. But yeah, that would have to be my most scariest experience, I reckon. So yeah, that would have to be one of my most scariest experiences. I was a bit shattered, and my confidence in four-wheel driving took a massive hit then. Before that, I hadn't done anything like that. I wheeled the cars as hard as I could, and ever since then, my confidence when it comes to leans and all that sort of stuff is just massive hit. Like I don't have that confidence like I used to, but I reckon I've got it back now. Any tips for newcomers in the full driving scene?
That's not a question for me. Have some drinks if you're a passenger.
For me, I reckon it's just to get out there. Like, you don't have to have a rig fully set up with the biggest lift, the biggest tyres. You don't have to have everything under the sun to get out there. You literally can go out there in a stock dual cab or a stock wagon four-wheel drive. You don't need that much. You can just tour around, camp at some spots. The modifications just come as you go along. Like, you'll work out that you need a lift, you'll need tyres, and that stuff. Yeah. Like, you don't need it all straight away. You can drive. There's campsites we can go to that are in Kylie's car, like, just to get out there and just to see things. You can just drive around in Kylie's car. You don't need a thing like this. This stuff is just stuff that builds on after doing it for so long, and we know that we want big tyres and we want lift because we're going to do that sort of full driving. You full drive too.
Yeah, but you want the big tyres.
Yeah, I do.
And the lift.
37s. And the 5-inch lift. What inspired the awesome camo? I don't know,
but that was painful to do.
That took us, so if you don't know, most of you probably don't know, the camo is not one wrap. All those colours are individual stickers, and we cut them out and we lay them on the car. So that's why in some spots it's just peeling and it just doesn't look that good. We were going away, we got this car and we wanted it something different, and because the car is actually silver, I thought, what can we do to make this car still use the original colour without having to fully wrap the car? Because wrapping a car is $5 to $6 grand to wrap one of these, and obviously that sort of money is not something we had to spend on this at the time being. And I watched this YouTube video and people camoing their cars, and I was like, why don't we just camo their cars? And people just cutting pieces out and laying the pieces on the car. From a distance, it actually looks really, really good, and it's not that bad close up.
From a distance.
Well, it's not that bad close up.
Now it is, because it's all peeling and it's all ripped and it's...
Yeah.
But at the start it was like... And if you looked closely, one side's better than the other, because we started...
Yeah, started on one side.
into it, and then by the end of the weekend, we're just like, this just needs to be done.
It took us 2.5 days to do this.
Yeah. Full days.
Yeah. It was a pain, but it was worth it. Like, the reason we have the car that I wanted to camo the car, make it something different, is because I wanted the car to stand out. I wanted to be able to drive the car down the street and people recognize it. Kids love it because they're just like, oh, it's an army car. Like I've had young kids yell out and wave and all that sort of stuff because it's just out of the ordinary. You don't see cars like this all the time. Now everyone's got this sort of camo wrap, so, but it's good. We like it. Something different. Stands out. Anyways, anything else you want to let our viewers know? No?
I was trying to think of something smart to say, but I've got nothing.
Anyways, so that's it. That's our little Q&A. We've answered some of your questions from some people. Told you guys a little bit about ourselves. We'll probably do another one of these in 6 months' time. 6 to 8 months, or maybe even 12 months' time. Keep you guys updated with our life. Anyways, thank you for watching Explore by Adventure.